There will come a time when you'll look around and realize nobody truly believed in you. The people you trusted, the ones you thought would stand by your side, will laugh behind your back. They'll doubt your dreams. They'll whisper your failures. They'll question your worth. But listen carefully. That silence you feel, that loneliness, that burning inside your chest, that's your power waking up. That's the sound of greatness being born. Success isn't given. It's forged in the fire of discipline. Every early morning, every lonely night, every sacrifice when no one's watching, that's where champions are made. You don't need to scream your worth to the world. Don't argue. Don't explain. Just work. Let your results speak so loudly that their words choke in their throats. People will call you lucky, but they'll never see the blood, sweat, and sleepless nights that built your empire. You kill them with success, because success is the loudest revenge. Discipline is the weapon. Consistency is the armor. And self-belief, that's the bulletproof soul that no failure can destroy. There will be moments in your life when the world seems like it's against you, when every door you try to open is slammed shut, when every hand you reach for is pulled away. You will feel the weight of loneliness pressing on your chest like a boulder, and the pain of rejection will burn hotter than any fire you've ever known. And in those moments, you'll be tempted to give up. You'll think that maybe you're not strong enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough. But here's the truth that almost nobody tells you. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the first whisper of power. Isolation is not a curse. It's the forge where champions are made. Every sleepless night, every tear that nobody sees, every moment where you sit alone with your thoughts and wrestle with your fears. That is where your strength is being carved. Pain teaches you lessons that comfort never could. It shows you who you really are. Stripped of illusions, stripped of excuses, stripped of the mask that hides your potential from the world. When the people around you disappear, when the crowd moves on and you're left standing alone, that is the moment your mind sharpens, your spirit hardens, and your heart learns how to fight. Strength is not built in applause or in company. It is built in silence. It is built in solitude. It is built in the moments where nobody believes in you, and yet you keep moving forward anyway. Every great story of triumph, every legacy that inspires generations was born in moments of unbearable pain. You think the leaders, the champions, the ones who dominate their fields, achieved greatness because it was easy? No, they were rejected. They were laughed at. They were told they would never make it. They were left alone to stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m, questioning everything about themselves. And in that silence, in that isolation, they decided something the world cannot tack. They decided to rise anyway. They decided to turn pain into fuel. They chose discipline over comfort. They chose to build when nobody would help, to grind when nobody watched, to train when nobody believed. That is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. That is what separates winners from the masses who live their lives waiting for permission. Pain humbles you, but it also strengthens you. It shows you the limits of your endurance, and then it forces you to shatter them. Every setback, every heartbreak, every failure you endure is like a hammer striking steel. It bends you, it shapes you, it tempers you into a weapon. And isolation gives you clarity. It forces you to confront yourself. No distractions, no excuses, no external noise. Just you and the raw truth of your ambition. And when you emerge from that crucible, when you finally step back into the world that doubted you, you are unbreakable. You are unstoppable. You are the storm they never saw calm. The people who criticize you, the ones who mock your dreams, the ones who say you wasting your time, they will never understand that your solitude is your power. They will never see the countless hours you spent perfecting yourself, sharpening your skills, building a mind and body that cannot be ignored. They will never feel the fire in your veins that comes from enduring what they could not. And that is exactly why you will surpass them. Because while they sought comfort, you embraced pain. While they chased approval, you chased mastery. While they feared isolation, you discovered that your greatest ally is your own determination. You must learn to love the struggle. You must learn to embrace the loneliness. You must look pain in the eye and say, I will not break. I will not stop. I will use this to rise higher than you ever imagined. Every champion, every conqueror, every person who has left an indelible mark on this world has walked this path. They faced nights darker and their fears, storms more violent than their courage. And yet they endured. They endured because they understood the secret that most people refuse to acknowledge, that pain and isolation are not obstacles. They are the raw material of greatness. So when you feel the sting of rejection, when you feel the weight of being alone, when your body aches and your mind screams for mercy, remember this. This is your training ground. This is where you grow stronger than anyone who has ever doubted you. This is where winners are made. This is where empires are built. Do not run from pain. Do not seek to escape loneliness. Embrace them, own them, transform them into the fuel that propels you forward, because when you do, the world will be forced to notice. And by then, it won't be a question of luck or timing. It will be the undeniable result of a mind forged in fire, a spirit hardened in solitude, and a heart that refused to surrender. Pain and isolation are not your enemies. They are your allies, your teachers, your secret weapon. And once you master them, nothing can stop you. Burke motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind, whispering promises of greatness one day and disappearing the next. It feels good when it's there, but it's unreliable, fragile, and inconsistent. You will wake up some mornings and feel motivated to conquer the world, to chase your dreams, to push past every limitation. And then the very next day, you'll wake up tired, frustrated, uninspired, and everything that seemed possible yesterday will feel impossible today. That is the trap. That is the illusion. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire. Discipline is not about how you feel in a moment. Discipline is about what you do when you feel tired, when you feel scared. Motivation to show up. You don't wait for inspiration to hit. You decide to act anyway. You decide to rise when it's inconvenient. You decide to grind when it's uncomfortable. You decide to push when your body screams to rest, when your mind whispers excuses, and when every part of you wants to quit. That is what makes winners. That is what makes champions. That is what makes legends. Motivation will always fail you. Discipline never will. Discipline beats motivation because discipline is commitment. Discipline is showing up even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is training your mind to obey your vision rather than your emotions. Motivation is a fleeting feeling, but discipline is a permanent habit. Every successful person, every titan in their field, every person who has built something extraordinary knows this truth. They do not rely on feeling inspired. They rely on doing the work consistently, relentlessly, and without exception. When motivation fades, discipline carries you forward. When desire wanes, discipline keeps you going. Every single day you commit to your path. Whether you feel like it or not, you are strengthening your body, your mind, and your willpower. And that is the ultimate power, the power to do what must be done no matter what. Think about it. A motivated person will train when they feel like it, eat right when they are inspired, work when it's convenient. But what happens when life throws obstacles, when stress hits, when fatigue overwhelms them? Motivation disappears. That's why 90% of people never reach their goals. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect mindset. But winners don't wait. Winners build systems. Winners create routines. Winners develop discipline. Discipline is a daily decision to commit, to endure, to follow through regardless of feelings. Motivation is a luxury. Discipline is a necessity. Discipline beats motivation because it builds consistency, and consistency builds results. You expect to achieve anything extraordinary by relying on bursts of temporary enthusiasm. You must commit to showing up every day without fail, even when it hurts, even when it's boring, even when nobody notices. That is what multiplies success over time. Every small choice matters. The choice to wake up early, the choice to work when tired, the choice to study when distracted, the choice to train when your body wants to rest. Every single action compounds. Discipline transforms these small, sometimes painful choices into unstoppable momentum. It doesn't matter if you feel motivated. It doesn't matter if you feel inspired. What matters is that you move forward relentlessly until your dream. Ion cannot teach you patience. Motivation cannot teach you endurance. Motivation cannot teach you the power of consistency. Discipline does. Discipline allows you to master yourself, to take control of your life, to refuse to be a victim of laziness, fear, or distraction. Discipline makes you immune to excuses. Discipline makes you unstoppable. Motivation is fragile. Discipline is permanent. Motivation whispers. Discipline commands. So stop waiting for motivation to carry you. Stop hoping for inspiration to guide you. Stop wishing for the perfect moment, the perfect energy, the perfect mindset. Build discipline instead. Make it your habit. Make it your lifestyle. Train your body to obey your mind. Train your mind to obey your vision. Every day, every hour, every moment, commit to your path regardless of how you feel. That is what will set you apart. That is what will make you a winner. That is what will make you the kind of person who does not need motivation because they have disciple. And discipline never fails. Discipline beats motivation every single time. And when you master it, nothing in the world can stop you. The world is full of voices, isn't it? Endless noise, endless opinions, endless people telling you what you can't do, who you are, and what you should be satisfied with. They don't see your vision. They don't see your hunger. They don't feel the fire burning inside your chest, and they don't care. They will try to convince you to quit before you even begin. They will laugh at your dreams, whisper doubts, and point out your mistakes as if your potential could ever be contained by their ignorance. But here's the truth. Criticism is meaningless unless you let it define you. If you respond to every voice, every insult, every skeptic, you will be scattered, weak, and exhausted. You will become a prisoner of their opinions. The way to truly silence the critics is not to fight them with words, but to fight them with results. To silence your critics, you need relentless consistency. You need to show up every single day, do the work nobody sees, push past the fatigue, push past the excuses, push past the moments when it feels impossible. Because the truth is, critics don't care about your explanations. They don't care about your intentions. They only respect results. Every single step you take consistently, every single goal you crush, every single habit you maintain, despite doubt and difficulty, is a hammer striking down the wall of skepticism around you. When they see your progress, your achievements, your unstoppable momentum, their words lose all power. You don't silence them with anger. You silence them with action. Our consistency is the weapon that nobody can take from you. It doesn't matter if you feel motivated today or tomorrow, or if your energy fades or your emotions waver. Consistency demands that you do it anyway. Consistency demands that you rise when it's inconvenient, that you keep grinding when the world sleeps, that you keep building when nobody is cheering. That is the difference between those who dream and those who dominate. Every champion in history, every self-made legend, every person who achieved what others called impossible was not extraordinary because they were lucky or inspired. They were extraordinary because they refused to stop. They refused to quit. They refused to let the doubters dictate their path. And that refusal, that relentless consistency, is what carved their legacy. Critics are everywhere, and the world will always find ways to test your resolve. They will call you foolish. They will say it's impossible. They will try to convince you that your efforts are wasted. And if you engage with them, if you try to explain, if you seek their approval, you give them power over you. But if you become consistent, if you commit to showing up day after day, month after month, year after year, if you let your actions speak louder than their words ever could, you take that power back. You force them to acknowledge your results, whether they like it or not. You force the world to pay attention because the truth cannot be ignored. Progress, achievement, and success do not lie. They speak for themselves. And consistency is the voice of unstoppable progress. Relentless consistency builds more than just results. It builds character. It builds resilience, patience, and mental toughness. It trains your mind to push past excuses, your body to endure fatigue, and your heart to trust the process even when nobody else does. Every day you commit to your goals, every time you push forward despite criticism, every single step you take in silence, you become more powerful than the voices around you. You become unshakable. You become untouchable. And one day, when your critics finally look at what you've built, when they see your victories, your empire, your life transformed by relentless action, there will be no words left for them. Silence will greet them. That silence will echo. Louder than any argument, louder than any insult, louder than any doubt. That silence is the sound of respect earned. That silence is the sound of your legacy taking form. So stop trying to argue with the world. Stop trying to justify yourself to the people who never believed. Stop wasting energy on those who will never understand your vision. Instead, pour that energy into the work that matters. Show up every day without fail. Push harder, build stronger, train longer, learn faster, grow smarter, and let your results speak. Relentless consistency is not easy. It is not glamorous. It does not offer instant gratification, but it offers something far greater, undeniable proof that you are unstoppable, unbreakable, and far beyond the limits of your critic's imagination. Every drop of sweat, every sleepless night, every sacrifice compounds into something that can never be taken away. And when the world finally sees it, when they finally understand it, when they are forced to confront the reality you created, there will be no need for words. Your work, your life, your achievements will do all the talking. That is how you silence critics. That is how you dominate life. That is how you win. Brother, the world loves to talk. Opinions fly like arrows. Criticism lands like stones. And everyone seems to have an idea of who you are and what you're capable of. They will label you, doubt you, underestimate you, and even try to define your worth for you. They will tell you what you should aim for, how far you can go, and what your limits are. And the danger is not in their words, but in letting their words control you. Too many people live their lives seeking approval, defending themselves, justifying their decisions, or explaining their failures. They speak endlessly about what they want to do, what they intend to accomplish, and what they are capable of. But talking, debating, arguing, promising, none of it holds any weight if it is not backed by action. Words are cheap, but results are priceless. Results are the only language that cannot be disputed, twisted, or dismissed. Results are the proof of your effort, your discipline, and your ability to turn dreams into reality. Let your life, your achievements, and your outcomes speak for you, because the truth cannot be argued against. Your worth is measured in what you create, not what you say. Every day, people judge themselves by how loudly they talk or how passionately they argue. They measure their value in approval, likes, applause, or attention. But that is fleeting. That is fragile. That is nothing. Words without results are smoke in the wind. Words without action are promises that vanish before they're fulfilled. History does not remember what people said they would do. It remembers what they actually did. It remembers the warriors who fought when others stayed behind, the visionaries who built empires when others complained, the leaders who acted when others hesitated. Results define your worth because are the undeniable evidence of your capacity, your resilience, and your determination. They are proof that you are more than opinion, more than criticism, more than doubt. They are proof that you are real. When people talk about you, they will say things. Some will try to diminish you. Some will try to distract you. Some will try to bring you down. But if you focus on results, none of that matters. Let the results do the talking. Work while they sleep, grind while they complain, learn while they waste time. Every action you take, every goal you crush, every obstacle you overcome builds a record of proof that cannot be ignored. The results you create in silence are louder than any insult, criticism, or doubt. Let your achievements define your story. Let your success define your worth. When your critics see what you've built, when the world witnesses your progress, when you surpass every expectation and break every limit, their words will fall silent. And that silence, that stun, recognition is worth far more than any argument you could ever have. Your worth is not in what people think of you, not in their opinions, and not in the praise or criticism you receive. Your worth is in your effort, your consistency, your resilience, and your ability to turn vision into reality. It is in the sweat, the sacrifice, the relentless pursuit of excellence. Words are nothing without follow through. Plans are nothing without execution. Dreams are nothing without action. Let results measure your commitment. Let results measure your dedication, and let results measure your courage. Every time you achieve, every time you build, every time you overcome, that is proof that you are worthy. That is proof that you are capable. That is proof that you are unstoppable. Do not waste your energy explaining yourself. Do not waste your time convincing others of your potential. Do not seek validation from those who cannot see your vision. Focus on the work. Focus on the action. Focus, the results. Let the world be your witness. Let history remember your effort. Let the impact you create define the measure of who you are. Talk is fleeting. Opinions are temporary. Criticism is unavoidable. But results are eternal. Build, execute, push, and achieve. Let your results, not words, define your worth. Because when the world sees what you are capable of, they will have no choice but to recognize your greatness. There will always be people who doubt you. There will always be voices that whisper, you're not good enough, not capable enough, not strong enough. There will be those who laugh at your dreams, mock your ambition, and dismiss your efforts. They will underestimate you. They will belittle your struggles. They will cheer for your failure, secretly hoping you'll stay small, stay weak, and stay invisible. And at first, their words might hurt. Their opinions might sting. Their doubt might make you question yourself. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Their disbelief is not your obstacle. It is your fuel. Their doubt is not a wall. It is your ladder. And their underestimation is not the end. It is the reason you must rise. Success is the ultimate revenge, not the petty arguments, not the insults, not the need to prove yourself in their eyes. Success, real, undeniable, crushing success, is the only answer that cannot be disputed, twisted, or diminished. And to achieve it, you must earn it relentlessly, unapologetically, without compromise. Earning success is not about shortcuts. It is not about luck. It is not about the fleeting rush of motivation or the temporary praise of approval. True success is forged in fire, hammered by discipline, and tempered by sacrifice. It is built in the early mornings when everyone else is sleeping, in the long nights when doubt tries to creep in the moments of pain, rejection, and isolation that test your willpower. Every champion, every legend, every person who has achieved what others said was impossible knows this truth. Revenge is not about retaliation with words. It is about retaliation with results. The person who doubted you, the one who laughed at your vision, the one who ignored your potential, they will see it. They will see your empire rise. They will see your life transform. They will see the unstoppable force that you've become because you refuse to be broken, refuse to be stopped, and refuse to be defined by their limitations. That is the revenge that matters. That is the victory that lasts. Success as revenge is not about ego. It is about proving to yourself that your ambition, your sacrifice, and your grit are stronger than any obstacle, stronger than any criticism, stronger than any failure. It is about refusing to stay small when the world expected you to remain ordinary. It is about taking the pain, the doubt, and the setbacks and converting them into fuel, into momentum, into unstoppable energy. Every early morning you rise, every difficult choice you make, every step forward when giving up feels easier. You are earning your revenge. Every achievement you notch, every goal you crush, every milestone you surpass, you are proving to the world and, more importantly, to yourself that your potential cannot be contained and your determination cannot be broken. This is the power of earning your success. It is quiet, methodical, and relentless. It does not seek attention. It does not beg for recognition. It does not respond to insults. It works in silence, in sweat, in persistence, in action. And when the world finally witnesses it, when those who doubted you finally see the results, words will be powerless. Jealousy, criticism, ridicule, they will all be swallowed by the undeniable proof of your greatness. Success speaks louder than hate. Success silences negativity. Success crushes doubt. And the best part, you don't need to lift a finger to argue. You don't need to justify your path. You don't need to explain your victories. They will see the results and they will know. That is the ultimate revenge. To live in a reality so powerful, so extraordinary, and so victorious that your critics have no choice but to acknowledge it. Earning success requires sacrifice. It requires discipline, requires resilience when the odds are stacked against you. It requires discipline when motivation fails. It requires focus when distractions scream for attention. It requires patience when results take longer than expected. But every step, every struggle, every moment of relentless commitment is worth it because the ultimate revenge is not temporary. It is permanent. It is the legacy you build. It is the life you design. It is the undeniable proof that nobody can take away your worth or your destiny. Success is not just achievement. It is validation. It is empowerment, and it is triumph. So do not waste your energy on petty arguments or trying to convince those who doubted you. Do not seek approval or applause from those who never believed. Channel every ounce of your strength, every bit of your determination, every drop of your effort into building something so unstoppable, so remarkable, and so undeniable that it becomes the answer no one can dispute. Let your empire, your achievements, and your victories be the revenge. Earn it, build it, live it. And when the world looks at you, they will see what happens.